Hi, this is Gino from Gino's Family, and with me here I have Therese from Maffetone Wellness. And this little quick video today, we're going to be talking about herbs in the garden, how to grow the herbs, the medicinal benefits of herbs, how you plant them, how you pick them, and we'll show you a few herbs that I have growing here in the garden. They smell beautiful, don't they smell great? Mm-hmm. They're nice and fresh. Let's go behind this. I'm going to show you where the basil is in our garden. We're right in front of a bunch of basil plants that I planted about 2.5 months ago. You see how huge they get. Let me show you how you pick basil. Normally what people want to do is just pull out the whole root of the leaf, but what I do is I grab it and I will cut them so they'll keep shooting. As you can see, these are all exterior shoots. Now these are starting to go to seed, as you can see, so you really want to pick them, because once they go to seed, they're going to start getting bitter. So I have got a lot that I can clean here. So you want to cut off the tops of them, so you keep the side leaves, and if you want, you can pull some of the side leaves off of them also, and just keep picking them. And similar to the parsley or any other fresh herb, what you want to do is you want to pick them and use them as quickly as possible, because once they start, you leave them in the refrigerator, they'll start to deteriorate.
So summer is a wonderful time to start playing around with herbs, finding ways to incorporate them into your diet every day. Gino has this amazing garden. We're going to talk today about how to use basil, some parsley, maybe even some mint. And so some people don't use spices in their cooking. Some people use the dried spices. And I love when people try to add some fresh herbs into their diet. You can dice them up, add them to your salad. Fresh herbs are so nutritious. Instead of going for a bottle of supplements, dice up some parsley, some basil. You have vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients. We have volatile oils in these plants. We bottle them and buy them, but you can get just amazing health benefits by dicing up a little parsley and throwing that into your food every day. So we're going to go up and we're going to look at how to prepare these herbs in our foods.
Okay guys, we're back from the garden. Got a couple of fresh herbs here that I'm going to start chopping for you. Our goal here is to make a nice classic vinaigrette. It's a nice summertime vinaigrette that I like to use. It's got fresh herbs. We got a little garlic. Therese is going to talk to you about how to use the garlic, the benefits of garlic, and the benefits of these fresh herbs. And I'm going to throw them into the classic vinaigrette. So let me start chopping away, and I'll let Therese take it away for you.
Okay, so we'll start talking about the green herbs that Gino picked from his garden. We have parsley and basil, and he even threw some mint in there. What I like to tell people is when we think about vitamin C, don't just think about your orange juice. Think about your green vegetables here, the green herbs. Parsley, basil, they're high in C. They're also high in vitamin A, vitamin K, which is something a lot of people don't even really know about, but it's a very important nutrient. Some of the B vitamins are in your fresh herbs. So, we can get so many nutrients every day by mixing up and blending up different types of fresh herbs. And that's what Gino's doing here. The second thing that he's adding is garlic. And here we have some organic garlic. So this is what I buy, organic garlic. You want to keep it out on the counter, not refrigerated. Here's the thing though, if it starts to sprout, at that point you're not going to use it anymore. Garlic is used medicinally for so many reasons. Cardiovascular health is a big one. So somebody who maybe has elevated cholesterol might like to add about a half a clove of garlic or 1 clove of garlic per day. And the most beneficial way to use garlic is actually to use it raw. So the first thing you want to do, as Gino did, is dice it up, crush it up. And then the next stage, if you're not going to use it right away, is to soak it in some olive oil. And actually, Gino's going to do that now as he starts to make the salad.
So here we got a head of garlic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take an individual clove. I'm going to show you how to clean it, push down on it. You want to peel it. Now you can tell by this garlic that it's really fresh. As Therese alluded to earlier, there is no sprouting on this garlic. What I like to do is just chop off the little head of the garlic. I'm going to mince this. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to cut it in half like this. I'm going to chop it really fine. Now traditionally in a vinaigrette I like to use shallots, but since we've got beautiful fresh garlic, I like to improvise. We're going to use this garlic. You want to try to get it as small as possible. I mean, if you want to get it really small, you can even mash it, and you see how it gets really emulsified. But the flavors are there, and the flavors are getting extracted. So I've already got some in here. Let me show you what we did with the herbs. The herbs, I like to rough chop the herbs. I don't like the French cut. French cut is really, really fine. You lose a lot of flavor and pungency of the herbs when you French cut them. In a classic vinaigrette, we like to use 1 tablespoon of mustard, which is the actual emulsifier, which actually blends the oil and the vinegar together. We use 3 tablespoons of vinegar, and we use 12 tablespoons of olive oil. Let me show you really quick how to do this. And what's great about it is you can use any type of olive oil you want. You want to use an almond oil, you want to use a walnut oil, and the same thing goes with vinegar. You can use different types of vinegars, so this can be really, really versatile. So I've got the 1 tablespoon of mustard in there, and I've got the 3 tablespoons of the balsamic vinegar, which I like to use. Now I've got this towel here, so I can use it, and it'll pretty much act as a, I guess, holding it down. Now 12 tablespoons. This is 12 tablespoons is 3/4 of a cup, so I know this is about 2 cups. So I'm going to probably use half of this, and you'll see as I'm turning it, I'm going to do it nice and slowly. You're going to see how it starts to come all together, nice and slow. Drizzling it really, really slow. I mean, if you want to, you can even use a Cuisinart. It's so much easier to do it with a Cuisinart, but I just like to use it like this because I don't like to make too much of a mess. I got to clean up the Cuisinart afterwards. And as you can see, it's getting nice and thick. Needs a little bit more. But as you can see, as Therese was talking about the herbs are just so beautiful. They give it a great color, and they give great texture into the dressing. Okay.
And I love this is a great way to get some good oils into you. A lot of us don't get enough of those good oils. So as Gino said, olive oil, avocado oil is also a great oil to use in the salad dressing. And it doesn't even have to just be for salads, right? You can drizzle this on top of some chicken cutlets.
Yeah, this is actually great for marinade. We love to use this as a marinade at the house. When you have vegetables from the garden, grilled vegetables like zucchini and mushrooms, and even, believe it or not, we like to grill potatoes. You can throw this on potatoes. So as you can see here, it's all come together. What's great about this is you can throw this right in your fridge. You put this in a little jar, put it in your fridge. With the fresh herbs, this could last up to, I would say, at least 2 weeks in your refrigerator. If you didn't have the herbs in there and you just did a classic vinaigrette, the vinaigrette could stay indefinitely. But this way, I would say consume it, within 2 weeks. Last 2 ingredients that I put in my vinaigrette, I'm going to put a little crushed black pepper, just a touch, and I'm going to get a pinch of this salt. Now, what I like to do is I like to do salt to taste, so I put it in after I undersalt it, and I'll mix it around. If I have a leaf of lettuce, I like to try with a leaf of lettuce, or whatever you're actually going to be eating with this vinaigrette.
Okay, speaking of salt, we have right here just a regular sea salt, which is white, and then we have something called real salt, which you can see how much darker and richer it is. There's also a popular salt out there called Himalayan salt, which is also excellent. And if I could get everybody to make one big change, it would be to get away from table salt completely and totally and switch to some of these salts, whether it's your sea salt or I prefer real salt or Himalayan salt. They're so rich in minerals and absolutely delicious. And a lot of people who have difficulties with salt, maybe you have something like chips and you feel a little swollen after, you're not going to have that reaction if you get a real salt that's unrefined and rich in the minerals in its most natural state.
Thanks, guys, for joining us on this collaborative effort that I've had with Therese. I've had a great time today. We showed you a little bit about fresh herbs, how to make a vinaigrette. If you guys like any more information, just contact Therese. Her website is www.maftonewellness.com, and ours is ginosfamily.com. Thanks again. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.